Hey there, Tiffany here. I trust that you are doing well. Thank you so much for watching. And I am going to share how I have one of my workflows set up. Now, I have many workflows for different purposes. A workflow is not a selfie of you in the car taking a picture before you go to work, although that is one social term that we use, okay? But when it comes to your business as a solopreneur, an independent business owner, your workflow is basically a series. A workflow are steps, steps that take place without you having to do anything. And each step in that series has a specific task, a specific job to handle for you. You set the workflow and it flows. It works and it flows for you. I mean, that's a great way to remember it. Your workflow works and flows for you. Okay, work and flow. Put that in the comments. It works and flows for you. All right. So I know that many people are apprehensive about workflows or they want to clean up the workflows. Let me tell you, if you're not using workflows, I don't care what CRM you're using, there is a workflow option feature. Use it. Do get some understanding before you build it on your own. But they're great to use. Now, I did a video on what you should do before you even tap into the CRM software of your choice. My CRM software, of course, you all know is 17 Hats. But before you even start playing around the software, there are 3 things you should do. And I'll tag that video below in the comment box. So here is my workflow for my clarity calls. Now, I do change my workflows up here and there, as you should, right? Depending on how you like things to flow, mistakes that you may find, and just basically for overall efficiency. So I call my consultations clarity calls. So that's the first call that prospective clients schedule with me. So before the first thing that the prospective client does is schedule the call on my online booking page, okay? And then once that call is scheduled, this workflow starts. So these steps start automatically without me having to do a thing, all right? And the first thing is confirm or reschedule booking. When? One day after this workflow, okay? Now you can trigger any action to happen when you want it to happen. You can trigger the action to happen immediately. You could trigger the action to happen 1 day, 2 days later. It depends. The action can trigger 1 day after the previous step is completed. It's up to you based on how you've structured and systemized your business. So once someone confirms or not confirms, once a prospective client schedules a clarity call with me, I have in my workflow scheduled to confirm or reschedule that booking. And the great part about this is this check mark means that it is a to-do action, something for me to do. And within the 17 Hat software, this action goes to my to-do list automatically. So I can access this task and remember to complete this task in the 17 Hat software, on my phone, on my Google Calendar, so I don't forget, okay? Because when you have systems in place, you're organized. Once I confirm that date, or sometimes I have to reschedule for different reasons that could come about, this is the second step that occurs in the workflow. An email will be sent to confirm the call. When will this email be sent? Immediately after this step is completed. So once I confirm, the next step that will happen automatically is a confirmation email. Confirmation emails are important because it, one, shows that you're professional. Secondly, it reminds the prospective client that they even schedule a call for you. And it really affirms that, hey, you're confirmed. I look forward to speaking to you. The next step in my workflow is to send the quote or the pricing page. Now, If you have standard pricing in your business, you can set this task to be done automatically. My pricing changes for the most part, so this is not a quote. But again, if, for example, your pricing is set and it does not change, this action for you could actually be send, it could be an action, it could be send a quote, okay? For me, the checkbox is here because it's a task for me to do. Now, since I've set up this workflow, most of my services are the same price. But that's just some background information for you. So it says send quote or pricing page to pay deposit. When should this task happen? 1 day after the base date. So 1 day after the call happened. So bam. Again, this to-do task goes to my to-do list over here in 17 Hats, which also, because my calendars are synced, you could do that in 17 Hats. I get that to-do reminder on my phone through the 17 Hats email, my Gmail calendar. Next, check to see if the deposit was paid, right? Or send the quote. So this is my next step. Now, look at the next step in my workflow. I will send an email, post, quote, follow up. And notice that this is triggered to occur. This email is triggered to occur 3 days later after this task, 3 days later, but I have it set for approve. So if the prospective client has paid his or her invoice, this workflow will end. I will not continue it. That's why I have it set up for approve, because I don't want that email going out and they've already paid their deposit, because now they're like, oh my gosh, Tiffany, what do you mean I didn't pay? I paid you. How did you forget that I paid you? You're supposed to be working for me now. You know, and then as you look at my next step, I have a post-quote follow-up email scheduled 9 days later. I think it's important, especially if you believe that you can help that client, it's important to follow up, right? Sometimes people will receive your quote and not pay it right away. They might be shopping around. They might be talking to more than one person, not just you. Life happens. They probably forgot. They thought they had paid. There are many things that happen. So just because you don't hear from a prospective client after the clarity call and you're excited about working with them, you feel that you're the best fit for them, follow up. And so set that schedule to happen. And that's why workflows work for you. Okay, workflows work for you. It helps you to work and flow. And this is just an example. And I have changed my workflows, as I said, but it's to help you get more done without having to do a lot of work. Okay, so this is a quick walkthrough of how you can set up your workflows. Now you may be asking, well, how do I get these emails here? And you're in the document section of 17 Hats. So in the right-hand corner, this is a screenshot, so I don't have it up, but in the right-hand corner on your 17 Hats page, you will see the paper icon. Looks like 2 pieces of paper. It's a circle icon. Click on those documents and you will create, a new email that you can plug into your workflow. So before you can organize anything, you can set it up here, or you can really do it right here when you click add. You click on the add button, type what you want that email to say, because you're creating a new template. So add email, whatever, if you're doing an email, for example, add new template, type what you want that email to say and plug it in. Okay, this is a simplified version of a workflow. You can add phases when needed, but keep keep it as simple as possible. And first things first, outline how you want your workflows to go for your clarity calls. Maybe you call it a discovery call, consultation, whatever you want to call it. Here's what I do. This is actually, this is what I used to do about a few months ago, but I've changed it just a small bit because I no longer manually send out my quotes. I had to come up with a way to send out quotes where I don't have to manually change things. I had to just had to restructure things. All right. So if you have any questions about workflows, drop them below again in the comment section. I'm also going to post a video that I want you to watch before you even log into 17 Hats to set up your workflows, because you want to do some things prior to coming in here and moving things around and setting things up, because it can cause you to get confused, and then you get frustrated, and then you're not getting the most out of this amazing software. So thank you so much for watching, and I'd appreciate if you also like this video and